Welcome. This is the Module 1 lesson for 1.07 and 1.08 for 7th grade. We have two lessons due this week. 1.07, which is resource help, that's an assignment. 1.08, implicit and explicit evidence, where there's a quiz at the end of that one. For all lessons, please make sure you read through the lessons and take your notes. How we want to take our notes is take our objectives, turn those into questions, and then use those questions to guide you through the lesson. Once you've read through everything in the lesson, you want to go and take in your notes, you want to go to the grade book and take the quiz or complete the assignment. And then, of course, repeat if necessary. If you need to go back and redo the quiz or add some things to your assignment, what we expect you to do is to reread the lesson and add some things to your notes to make sure that you're understanding those objectives and the concepts in those lessons. And of course, we can always repeat that if necessary. So for 1.07, after completing this lesson, you will be able to: how do I use reference materials, both print and online, such as dictionaries, thesauruses, and glossaries to find the pronunciation of a word? And you can see that I took that and I changed that into a question. So I added the how do I because that gives me a guiding question as I go through and learn the material. The same for the second objective. Can I consult reference materials to determine or clarify the precise meaning of a word and its parts of speech? And then finally, how do I verify preliminary understanding of the meaning of a word or phrase by checking the inferred meaning in context or in a dictionary? So what we're looking at in this lesson is the proper use of dictionaries, thesauruses, and glossaries. And I want you to read through the lesson and take your notes. And then this is at the end of the lesson how it's summarized. So the young man says, I need a word to express an idea, emotion, or some creativity, because we want to make sure we're using high-level words. So some of the options that he has, you can use a thesaurus to find a choice of words with a similar meaning. And then you can use a dictionary to clarify the exact meaning of the words you find. And that will help you select the perfect word. So you have your thesaurus, gives you a variety of words with similar meanings, and the dictionary, which can give you the exact meaning of the words that you find. So that's kind of a quick summary of what we're doing in 1.07. What I want to do now is take a look at your assignment for 1.07. Remember, I want you to read through the lesson on your own and take notes. Your assignment for 1.07, you want to read the lesson, you want to finish the activities in the lesson, and then it says read the instructions. And I bet you can guess where we're going from here. When you see things underlined or in different colors, it's a hyperlink. So you want to click right on that instructions. And you want to save your work to your computer or drive and submit your work in 1.07 Thesaurus and Dictionary Skills. Okay. So what I want you to do, since you're following along, is I want you to go ahead and click right on the instructions. We are going to review the expectations for 1.07 together. So follow along as I read it out loud for 1.07. You will use a thesaurus and a dictionary to find the meaning and the synonyms of words. Select the 1.07 worksheet. Well, guess what? I made you one on the PACE chart. So what I want you to do now is we talked about pulling up multiple tabs. So go ahead and click on your PACE chart. So everyone go to your PACE chart for language arts and scroll down to this week. So once you get to your PACE chart, you will see that for this week, due Friday, September 14th, 1.07, I've made you the document. So what you want to do is click on 1.07, and this is very similar to what we've done in the last few weeks where you guys make a copy of the Google document that I created. So once you're on the pace chart, I want you to click on 1.07. That will open up the 1.07 lesson, and you want to do File, Make a Copy. Now this example is using the one from a couple weeks ago, but you follow the same steps. Go to your pace chart, click on 1.07. It will open up a new document, and I don't want everyone to write on the new document, so you need to make a copy. So you'll do File, Make a Copy, and then I want you to rename it with your name and the assignment. So the example, my last name, Bailey, LA for Language Arts, and then 1.07 because that's the number of the assignment. This makes it really easy when you're in your Google Drive to find things. So once we've done that, let's go back and let's look at the lesson. So follow along as I read out loud for the instructions for the assignment. So we selected the 1.07 worksheet. We've saved it already to the computer. We've used the Google Drive. Have a print or an online thesaurus or dictionary available. You can use dictionary.com. It also has a link to the thesaurus in that one. And then you want to follow the directions in the worksheet. What it's doing, it's giving you different words where you'll have to find different meanings and examples using the thesaurus and dictionary. It's a pretty easy assignment. Just make sure that you take your time and do your best and answer all parts of it. And then when you turn it in, make sure you turn it in as a PDF. Okay? So that's 1.07. Again, this is a brief overview. I want you to make sure that you are going through and reading and doing the assignment yourself and taking your notes. So let's talk about 1.08. 1.08 talks about implicit and explicit evidence. So 1.08, your guiding question is, will I be able to define, identify, and interpret explicit and implicit ideas in a text? This is most likely a review, right? I'm sure you've done explicit, implicit ideas before. Nonetheless, I expect you to read through the lesson and take those really good notes. So we turn that objective into a guided question. And as you read through the lesson, you want to make sure that you are able to answer the question, will I be able to define, identify, and interpret explicit and implicit ideas in text? And how will you do that? So those are your guided notes that you take for the lesson. And then as kind of a review, at the end of the lesson, this is just a brief overview of what you're going to look at and listen and read about in the lesson. Your explicit is expressed directly. The author states it clearly, and you don't need to guess the meaning. And my example for an explicit idea is an exit sign. Okay? It sounds like explicit. It's right there. It's directly in front of the door that you need to go out. So when you think of explicit, it's directly stated. It's right in front of you, just like an exit sign. And then opposite of that is implicit. Implicit ideas are expressed indirectly. The author implies things. You have to use clues to infer the meaning and read into the material and really analyze it more and infer to get the implicit idea. So that's a brief overview of the differences between explicit and implicit ideas, but make sure you read through the lesson so you really understand those because you'll be taking a quiz to apply that information. So remember, as we've talked about, read through the lessons and take your notes. Turn those objectives into questions. Go to the gradebook and take the quiz or complete the assignment. and then review and repeat if necessary. So you have 2 assignments due this week for language arts. And here are some reminders. Due Friday, 9/14, 1.07 resource help, which is an assignment. Use the link on the PACE chart. 1.08 implicit and explicit evidence, the quiz. Live lesson next Monday, 9/17, and that should read at noon. Sorry. So ours are always at noon. Okay, so that's not 11, that's noon. And I will send out a reminder email on that one at noon. Looking for credit for watching this recording? Send me a text with my dog's name, Chewbacca. My dog looks like this, and we call him Chewy for short. So send me a text with that name, with Chewy or Chewbacca, and I'll give you credit for watching this recording. And if you need help, as always, please call or text me. More than happy to help you out. Thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day.